Hey guys, this video is going to be a little different today. It's going to start out the same as most of my videos. I bought a tractor, but this tractor is special. This tractor is kind of where it all began. So, my family has had Cases and Internationals pretty much since the beginning. My family traded in the horses on a Farmall F12 back in 1935. And in the late 50s, they had acquired a Super C Farmall, DC Case. There was an H Farmall in there somewhere. And after that, David Brown 990. So the family's had Cases and Internationals for a long time, but this tractor here is where it all began for me. When I was about 3 years old, sitting in a stroller at the local fair, I spent a lot of time watching this tractor run the sawmill. This was owned by one of the Antique Tractor Club members. He's since passed away, and I purchased this off his son-in-law. But I had all the options to do at the fair when I was 3, 4, 5 years old. I could go get ice cream, go walk through the barns and look at the animals, ride rides. But no, I wanted to sit and watch the sawmill run. And this was the tractor they were running it on. And so basically what this is an LA, essentially, a Case LA like I bought a few years ago, with a 377 diesel Case engine in it. So this is basically the same engine as the 900 diesels, the 930s would have had. And the 600 diesels that came after these is basically the same engine. And this basic design of this 6-cylinder engine led clear up till the end of the 504 cubic inch turbo diesels in the late 80s, when they switched to the 5.9 and 8.3 Cummins. I believe they quit building the LA a little bit before they quit building the rest of the double letter series, the SCs, the DCs, and that. Most of them made it till 54. I believe the LAs they quit in 52. Mine's a 51, so mine's a fairly late one. Then they went to these, and it's the same basic front end as an LA, same cast radiator. The cap is shorter on this one. I've never noticed that before. I'm bleeding the water out of the pressure washer here. I'm going to wash this off and put it away after I take it for a couple hot laps. So this still has a place where you could put a hand crank in it. I wouldn't want to, though. Guy put this little D-ring in there for tying it down. It's a 6-cylinder diesel. Has the external center dump exhaust manifold. Some of the later tractors, they were center dump and they went up through the hood like the 930s. We do that. We have a 1150 crawler that has the 930 engine in it. It has a center dump in it. The later 930s, I think they went out the front, above the front 2 cylinders. I don't know. We don't have a 30 series with the proper engine in it, because our 1030 has the 1070 engine. So it's diesel. This one has the big tires on it. It has 18434s on it. Not a great tread, but they're all right. No power assist steering. I believe that was an option on these. It has the 750/18 front tires, which is pretty standard on these. It has the resilience pulley, which is something I was looking for my LA for a long time. Finally got a DC pulley that would fit, and now I have 500 with the pulley as well, which is pretty cool. It's in pretty nice shape. The motor was gone through by the previous owner and his father-in-law. It has a step in the back, which is kind of custom. This thing spent a long time on a disc because that drawbar hole was kind of egged out pretty good. And it's actually worn away, the drawbar frame under there, but I'm not super worried about that. That's repairable. I'm not sure. I guess the welds must have busted on that. It's got independent live PTO, which is pretty cool. Has independent live hydraulics. So you can run PTO or hydraulics, I believe, with the clutch back, in neutral, and the clutch pulled back. And you can switch PTO on the go with this lever here. You just pull it back and it cams over center. I can't quite get it here. Still the same 4-speed transmission as the LA's had. I believe when they went to the 600, they got the 6-speed that like the 900s and 930s got. Still chain drive. Would have had 2 batteries originally, but this one starts pretty good on 1. That's what I mean by the serial tag. So it's a 500 and it says SC dash, might be a 43066. So I'm not sure what that means. It should start with an 80 according to tractor data, which can have some flaws in it, but I don't know what year it is. I'm sure one of you guys will be able to tell me. I'm not super concerned about it, but I would be, a little bit interested to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash it off. It's actually raining right now, so getting it dry might be a little counterproductive. Afterwards, I was going to take it for a drive and dry it off, but we can wash it off, take it for a drive, and put it away in my basement for the winter in heated storage. Because this one is a pretty nice example. It's been used. It's a working tractor, but it's pretty clean for a working tractor. It does have a little bit of rust there on the radiator, a little bit of wear from the belt slapping up and down, a little bit of a fuel leak, but these Bosch rotary pumps, if the engine will restart when it's hot, the pumps are still serviceable. If they will not start good when they are hot, the engine's hot, warmed up for the day, might as well figure out what other pump you're going to put on it, because they are not serviceable after that point. There's very few parts left for these. Several of our local diesel injection shops can't work on them anymore because the parts are not available. As far as seal kits, I believe the seal kits are available if you know a guy that's got one or can find somebody that has them. But as far as parts that wear out, there's not many left. So what I recommend, if you have one of those, if your tractor's been sitting, make sure the pump is not stocked before you crank the engine or you shear the pump off. Make sure in your diesel fuel, we run 2-stroke oil. Some guys run ATF or Marvel Mystery. This one, he said he had a concoction of various things in it. It's going to get some 2-stroke oil anytime we put fuel in it, because that really helps these pumps especially, and it helps any of the other injection pumps too. The newer diesel does not have much lubrication ability in it, and you've got to stay away from the biodiesel because it will set up and turn into plastic in there and really wreck your pump. I'm getting rather wet out here. So there we have it. I'm going to get it washed off, cleaned up, get the barn dust off of it, because he said he wanted to sell it because he didn't really have much use for it at his farm, and he didn't want it to see it sitting around, because it knew it had a lot of potential in it still to do good and go to shows and to work. So that's what we're going to do with it. In the spring, it's going to get put on my little disc and get put to work. And if I can find a set of tires for it, I have one with more tread on it, but I want to put a matched pair of Firestone Field & Roads with more tread. We have one with like 85%. I'd like to find a second one to match with it. Then I'll put it on our bigger, heavier 12-foot disc, if it'll pull it in first gear, which I think it will. These are rated about 70 horsepower, I believe. So you can get a lot of work done with these still. They're a rough riding tractor with the still a steel pan seat, and the suspension's pretty well collapsed in that one, it looks like. But I can fix that. So I'm gonna get it cleaned up, show you guys what it looks like after it's washed off, take it for a drive, and put her away for the winter, because it may only be the first week of September, but it's getting cold and wet. And it's not good for these guys to sit outside when it's cold and wet. There she is, all washed up. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. There's still some fuel residue on there, but not super worried about that. Just get most of the stuff off so I can watch for leaks, and make sure it's not a residual thing that's just dripping off of it as it sits on the concrete for the winter. Cleans up pretty nice, other than the radiator is a little rusty, but we can take care of that later. Brakes work really good on this one. I was impressed. It was able to stop on the ramps, backing it off the trailer. The seat all wiped off. So it's about, I'd guess, 65 degrees. It was almost 70 and we had a rainstorm come through. and it's cooled off a little bit since then. So these are fairly easy to start, and you'll see this one starts really good for what it is. So throttle, set it about there, fuel's on, pull the decompression lever up, we're in neutral, and then I'm going to sit down so I can push that down with my foot while I crank it. Oop. It hit pretty quick there. So you don't want to start spinning them with the decompression in the run position. Take a minute to warm up, and there we are. About 35 pounds of oil pressure at idle. Guess it's a fast idle. All right, so to shift, pull the clutch back, stops the input shaft from spinning. Just like that. It's not stopping super good because it's cold and wet now. We can go to second gear, so lean it forward, down, release the brakes. Push the clutch ahead, there we go. A little cold yet, but she'll clean up. Cleaned right up. The only issue is going down the road, there's a lot of play in the steering box. So if you have to turn wide open and forth at all or make a correction, or if you hit a pothole, both front tires will start going like this and the steering wheel will stay put. And you have to slow down to an idle in fourth gear to fix it. Probably what it is I need to adjust the play in, there's a worm gear in there I believe, going to a gear on the end of this shaft. Maybe there's a worm on that and a gear on that. I don't remember which way it is, but anyway, there's some gears in there that probably need some shims added to them. Or might be spacers taken out of somewhere. I'm not sure exactly how these are put together, but there's some adjustments that need done. Oh, the other thing with these I learned, engage that clutch like the John Deere guys do when you're not running. Otherwise you can wear out the clutch just like any other tractor. I bet if I pull that back, yep, PTO's still spinning. That pulley stopped. That's nice. That'll be handy when it comes to disking. So take a moment and look at the similarities on these two tractors. This one's currently broken. We're having propane issues or something like that. It's got an inconsistent miss on a couple of cylinders. But anyway, the air cleaners are very, very similar. Manifolds are very similar. Get under here and look. The intake's a little different because gas or LP gas versus diesel. Transmissions are very, very similar. That one has a little different guard on the side, or cover on the side, but it's also a 6-speed instead of 4. The brakes, I believe, are the same. Drawbar pull brackets are the same. Front axles are similar. This has the high arch front end for running the taller tires than this one has. This one has the flatter axle like my LA has. Just a little wishbone to it. Again, on this side, you know, dipstick, same place. Timing covers are very similar. The heads are very different. This one, it's sort of there. They didn't get tachometers yet, but this is a drive for the tachometer, and on this one, the distributor as well. These ones also had a speed gauge in them, which that cable's busted off. The 500s didn't have that, but notice the back's very similar too. This one only has single remotes. And it has some custom weight brackets built under the floor that one doesn't have. And probably isn't gonna get, because I have those. If you don't know what those are, let me teach you here. Those are, according to the book, 750 pound or 725 pounds, somewhere in there, wheel weights. And I got a pair of them. They came for sale with the tractor. And they're gonna go on either this one or the LA. I haven't decided yet. I got some tire work to do to the LA this winter. But time to go take the stacks off and pull it in the low garage and put her up for the winter. Even though it's only September, it's starting to act like winter out here. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you like this video, what you want to see me do to this tractor, or if you've had one of these, or if you can remember one of the first tractors you fell in love with as a kid. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. And if your hands are clean, you're not farming with junk.